Hello, my name is Truman Hood, and my project is the Interchange. In our region of Eastern Washington, there is a lack of access to mass transit. This results in people having to rely on single occupant vehicles to get where they need to go, at the detriment of our environment. To combat this issue, my project focuses on introducing mass transit infrastructure into residential architecture. If the number of vehicles on the roadways continues to climb at its current rate, it will result in about 2.1 billion internal combustion vehicles on the roads by 2050, which will be emitting 4,600 megatons of CO2 into the atmosphere. Even if we develop and completely implement autonomous and electric vehicle technology by that same 2050 benchmark and replace every internal combustion vehicle on the road, that will still be producing 1,700 megatons of CO2 into the environment. The only way to feasibly reduce the CO2 emissions to an acceptable level is to not only embrace autonomous and electric vehicle technology, but to also reduce the volume of traffic on the roads. Changing the way we travel by sharing vehicles through means such as mass transit and normalizing the use of mass transit would reduce 2050 emissions to only 700 megatons. Our site is located in Spokane's University District and is an educational destination for many universities across the state. One community that could benefit from efficient and convenient mass transportation are students and faculty. For instance, Washington State's School of Design and Construction was moved from Spokane to Pullman in 2011, inconveniencing students and faculty who had set up their lives in Spokane and now must commute to Pullman. The challenge of mass transportation is that its current forms are too slow and inconvenient for the general public. For example, a charter bus from Seattle to Spokane would take almost 5.5 hours and an hour and 40 minutes from Pullman. With the implementation of state-of-the-art high-speed passenger rail technology, and by partnering with Washington State Department of Transportation to co-opt the freight rail lines into passenger rail, the mass transportation trip duration from Pullman could be reduced to a mere 20 minutes, with the added benefit of connecting Cheney to its Eastern Washington University campus in Spokane. However, the trip from Seattle would still take over 2 hours. While not bad, it could be improved if we look to the future in emerging technologies such as the Hyperloop. Utilizing a Hyperloop system, the trip from Seattle to Spokane could be as brief as 48 minutes. Being able to connect these campuses and communities across the state would reduce the need for single occupancy vehicles through the ease and convenience of mass transit. Within the city of Spokane, the Transit Authority is expanding their high-performance rapid transit system to pass through our site. This system is similar to a light rail system in Seattle, but an above-grade electric bus system that utilizes dedicated lanes where passengers can prepay and enter and exit at the same time. This connects neighborhoods and districts locally to our site, as well as to Spokane Community College. So looking at our site, it is a perfect opportunity for a transit-oriented development, as it is the one point where the rail, rapid transit route, and University Gateway Bridge all meet and would allow transfer from one to the other, linking regional to statewide systems. The bridge was recently constructed and connects the historically separated North University District to the underserved Sprague area. Introducing the Hyperloop at this connecting point also provides the necessary grade to descend at the needed 8-degree slope to tunnel under the metropolitan area of Spokane. By extruding these connecting elements, the beginning of the massing is developed. The connecting point of all four methods of transportation flow directly into a 2-story retail concourse space that divides the large block into more pedestrian-friendly spaces. The residential portion of the building is extruded upwards, but then slopes downwards to not only preserve views of the landmark Gateway Bridge and what it means to the community, but to also ensure the interchange fits within the existing urban fabric. As of right now, the majority of the Sprague area's buildings are only 1 to 2 stories high, until the future proposed Sprague Development Master Plan goes into effect, which would develop much higher buildings that would match the higher portion of the interchange. While meeting the University District's need for student housing, the interchange additionally increases the residential density within a transit hub, creating a transit-oriented development that provides housing, retail, employment, and mobility options for Spokane. These section perspectives are the rapid on and off stations, where pre-ticketing and security have already taken place. The rapid transit does not need to pull off the road into a curb cut, but rather stop and continue on its dedicated lane. Street and on-site parking has been eliminated in order to promote alternative means of transportation to the site, while service can still access the site around the back. The repeated copy and paste nature of the modular residential units reduces construction cost and reduces build time. The layout maximizes exterior exposure for living or sleeping and living spaces while clustering utilities within and between units. The first two retail floors are a reinforced concrete grid with a transfer slab where the load path from the residential mass timber grid above meets the concrete below. The mass timber structure is made up of CLT floor panels sitting on the structural CLT walls, which allows for the modularity of the units. Where the load path meets the concrete at the transfer slab, an additional reinforced beams have been added to assist with that load. So in conclusion, the interchange attempts to promote mass transportation through the integration of residential and transportation infrastructure. In being so transit-oriented, this development can also benefit the community while changing norms and perceptions of the future of our transportation. Thank you for watching my presentation.